FZ6R with the YZF R6 rear set conversion. Here we go. Wow. All right. Just like that. Right through the 6th. All right, fast forward to down the service road a little ways. Have our first downshift test. Dang. It's so much more close quarters. I'm sure you can see that from the footwork. Alright, so what you probably noticed was me lifting up significantly off of the peg to downshift. That's out of habit. This is a first ride. That felt different. I'd like to get used to that. Would like to get used to that. So a quick evaluation of our rider's triangle. Knees up into the tank much more significantly than with factory standard pegs. As far as comfort, it feels just fine. You really don't know what to expect. Of course, I've sat on Super Sports before, and I know what rear sets feel like, and literally, it feels just like you're sitting on a R6 or a GSX-R, something similar. Not quite as high up on the tank as on an R6, but kind of seated down into the seat like on a GSX-R. Alright, some more downshifting. Yeah, the downshifting is a lot easier because it's all so much closer. Not getting too crazy. I can feel that I can get right off the seat though, obviously. No 7th gear, boys. Wow. Wow. That is tight. And the downshifting is a lot easier than I'm making it out to be. I can tell you that. As soon as I get accustomed to that, that's going to be a weapon. For sure. All right, let's head interstate. We are very much tucked into an attack position, but comfortably so. As I was saying earlier, your feet are completely supported. Now, what I mean is the weight of my legs are completely supported by the foot pegs, as you would expect. Hopefully that makes sense, but what I'm getting at is that it's not uncomfortable at all. It feels totally natural as far as it holding the weight of your lower torso. All that's different is you can obviously feel a higher angle bend, a tighter, more acute rider's triangle for sure. intense, man. Such a pleasure to upshift. Still getting used to that downshift though, you guys can probably tell. Alright, let's hop off the bike real quick and take a look at some changes I made last minute. Alright. Man. Let's kind of step back and whoo, boys, have a look-see. Just looks mint factory, doesn't it? Does it not look factory, man? God, dog, looks good. So that shift lever's bent. It came that way. I can't help but wonder what it might feel like, what the downshift might feel like if I either bend that lever back into proper position or replace it. I kind of have my eye on a blue one by Pirate Cycle. That's time for another story. Or that's a story for another time. But I mean, what I'm getting at is, if this was bent down parallel properly, if the downshift wouldn't be easier and I wouldn't have to lift up so high, right? Because I'm having to lift up to catch it at the tip here, right? If it was down a little bit, I'd catch the whole thing across it, you know, like flat plane. So that might be a thing. Gonna probably have to address that. Alright, the thing I changed very shortly after I published the actual installation tutorial, you guys may remember I had the brake line coming up through that little boss right there. See, there's a pair of ears that on the R6 that line is supposed to come through, and that was putting the whole line in a bind. Alright, so what I did is I loosened all that up. When I bled the brake, I loosened all this mess up and I pushed the banjo bolt down past the little boss gap here and just cinched her back down tight. And so it's a straight shot out the back of the master cylinder, which is more proper. And I was able to utilize the factory hold down here, so that looks really good. And I routed all the slack to the back so the swing arm can get as much flex as possible without endangering the brake at all. See that? Plenty. You can't use this guy in order to achieve this though, so I actually took this off because it looks like ass. I come to find out it is a press-through clip that is integrated into the loop piece, you know, the circle clamp piece. So I might see what push button rivet thing can replace that. Pop this guy out and hold it together with a flat rivet. That will look a lot better. Bled the rear brake. It's good to go. Whew, boys. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Evelyn. You so sexy, girl. Oh, Evelyn. Look at her. Look at her. Man. You know, I've said it from day one of the clip-on mod. The bike should have came that way. Rear sets, you know. Part of me is like, yeah, it probably should have came this way, but I've essentially started to transform this bike into something it's not, boys, right? The question will begin to be asked here sooner than later. Why didn't you just buy a damn R6? I know, but you know what? This is Evelyn. She and I are in it for the long haul, and man, I've made her mine. Alright, boys, the Fizzer R6 rear set conversion. Test ride complete. Good to go. Well, boys, questions or comments, drop them down below. Smash the like button if you don't mind, please. This is unique content, and I appreciate you guys' support as always. If you're new to the Fizzer and you want to get into modding the snot out of your bike, subscribe to me, please. I've done all the things. as always, boys, this has been me, and that's been you. It's Half Clip Cut. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace and goodbye.